I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy.
Welcome
Had to
all,
work
this is
hard,
the
struggle
Australian
just to be
Indie
me.
Wrestling Show,
Had
fellow
to rise
wrestlers,
up,
trainees,
just
event support staff, friends, foes, everyone in between. If you've had a weekend, reach out to the Don because, of course, we had a weekend. The Don, how are you?
Mate, I'm fantastic. I had a fantastic weekend. We were at Fat Brew. We had a big show. I got to, not for the first time ever, wrestle Lucas Fantasia, but the first time in singles competition. And it was a great night. It was an interesting setup. We don't normally run shows this kind of way. It was all just standing room. There were no seats. There was a bar at the back. Like, they'd set up a bar at the back, so people were very well liquored up, enjoying themselves. And yeah, had a great time. Then obviously it was WrestleMania weekend, so I was up at 6 a.m. on Sunday and Monday to try and watch some before work on Sunday, and then the whole thing on Monday. It's very tiring to be up at 6 a.m. If you're not used to it, I know there's people who work and they're up much earlier than that and they're straight into their job. But for me, it's not an average thing to be up at 6 a.m. straight into the telly. So, but yeah, great weekend. I enjoyed every second. I watched the WrestleMania. I didn't catch all of night one. I'm still struggling to catch up just because I had to go to work, hoping to catch the last few matches. But yeah, apart from the millions and millions of advertisements and waiting for the next match between matches, it was the wrestling I thought was really enjoyable.
Well, I don't know what you were watching, but yeah, the WrestleMania I watched. Thanks to all those who joined me for the watch-along and saw me pass out halfway through the main event. Yeah, what can I tell you?
Which night did you pass out during the main event of? One or two?
Well, one and yeah, both nights actually, but you know,
What?
what are you going to do? Now, I saw more of night one main event than I did night two main event. That's for damn sure. But my weekend involved me getting into someone's ear and making them turn heel for the first 25 years. No, it wasn't me who made him do this. It was himself. Mad Dog, of course. Yeah, watched him take out Gore for me. And, you know, now we're challenging for the title. Mad Dog is challenging for the title at the next Peak Pro Wrestling. So I'm looking forward to that. But what else did we see during the week? We saw, it was at Lodestone. I hope I'm saying that right. That was Bayley's sort of training camp for all the wrestlers around the female wrestlers
Oh, cool.
around the WrestleMania weekend, and we got to see the Backslide girls got invited. I think it was invite only.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's pretty prestigious. So the Backslide girls were there, and a couple of second and third gen ladies that you might recognize from around the joint. But and talking about Bayley, just
What a,
being what all
what a
around
weekend
good,
she had.
what a weekend she had, just being an all around good guy. She saw a fan having a seizure and she rushed in to help.
Right.
Having the big camp for the ladies, being the role model that she is. Hey, see, I
Yep.
got that in there.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, but speaking of training camps, I will talk probably more about Bayley later in the show if you stick
Yep.
around for the WrestleMania recap. Well, not recap, more of a rehash. We don't
Yeah.
review. That's for damn
Yeah.
sure. But
For
what
that
we
jam.
asked, no jam. So, yeah, speaking of what training camps, we saw Fale's training camp is half price. Hey, bad luck, Fale. Over at the Dojo New Zealand is half price. No longer $5,000, now $2,500. So
Hmm.
maybe you can get your. Is that New Zealand dollars or is that Australian dollars? Could be US dollars.
Oh, not sure. Not sure. You'd have to check with the Fale Dojo. I've heard mixed reviews about training at the Fale Dojo. I've heard good things and I've heard bad things. So it's really,
So
I
have
guess,
I.
up to you to make up your own decision on that one. Read some reviews and see if it's helpful to get you where you want to be in your wrestling journey.
Yeah, it has been a proven way to get to New Japan. So if you're looking for that kind of way to New Japan, maybe it is worth it for yourself. The Fale Dojo at half price. Now, we've been going through a couple of companies that have TV aspirations over the last few weeks. We've
Yep.
had AWC, Australian Wrestling Champions,
Yep.
which is in Adelaide. And of course, last week we had Australian Championship Wrestling, represented by Keegan, who are based out of Sydney. And both these companies, as we've learned in the last few weeks, have aspirations to get into the TV business, be it
Yep.
terrestrial, streaming. But I mean, what do you reckon, Don? Which do you think has a better chance out of AWC or ACW? And then
I mean, you got to look at a few different aspects of both. Like at the moment, AWC have a show that they're producing, which is going to be edited and used to pitch for TV. So they look like they're a step closer. I'm not thinking that so much the roster is the TV ready kind of roster. They have a few guys who are probably close. But largely, I think if you're trying to sell professional wrestling on Australian TV, there's a certain look that you would need to have. But again, maybe they're going for something a little different and they're set up the way they want to be set up.
I gotta agree with you there, Don.
Yeah.
Some of the you just got to pick the correct wrestlers. If you're getting these opportunities and these chances, you can't waste them. You can't squander them, and you got to pick people that the community is behind and stuff like that. Jesse Daniels put out probably the only film for TV looking promo that they have.
Difference of look and vision of what you want. Like you've really got to be locked in with that, giving specific instructions, very specific, specific direction, background, camera, lighting. This sort of stuff is supposed to be presented nationwide, and want people to look at it in a favorable way. Be very careful with how you present it, essentially. And then on the other side, you've got ACW, who have taken a lot longer approach to build some hype. And there's a lot of people looking to see what's going on. A lot of people are saying it's never going to do anything. It's not going to make it. Some people are getting right behind it. It looks financially more well-backed. But again, it's kind of looking like rather than creating a roster for it, looks like they're just sort of snatching up what they want from All-Star Wrestling. And again, really need to look at what you're putting out. We saw the video, the backstage not backstage, sorry, what would you call it? Like an interview or a
interview area or sort of
at a fight, at a boxing show. It's good to have content out, but I think a little bit more careful planning with how you do it. But again, the right thing to do is you're at a non-wrestling event, advertising wrestling, presenting it to essentially a different kind of audience, intermingling it with a different audience and different sort of athletes and stuff like that. So there is a little, in my mind, there's some good behind it, but just has to be we don't have guys who have in Australia that are still here in Australia that have been on a lot of TV. Very few, if any, anyone who has been on TV is currently signed. So they have been educated and know what to do in those sort of situations. So it's all really a learning experience. So I'm still hoping that things go that way and build up, and it creates that industry that they keep talking about. So
yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice of people they've chosen for the first time to represent something of this, let's say, magnitude, because, we would suggest looking at like people like Robbie Thorpe, Clydesdale, Ant Carver, Gore, second place Scotty Green, Tuckman. So, guys like that are probably more who you're looking at, especially
anyone from TMDK as well.
Anyone from TMDK, Slex, Duke, Pitt, Slater, Eagles. Kind of sounds like a G.I. Joe movie, but maybe even Shane Hayes, Mike, but good luck, maybe getting these guys, these world-renowned athletes to go exclusive for anything less than the big bucks. But yeah, Don, as you said, we saw the ACW video, the Fight Night Boxing. So he's obviously getting them around people in the know, and Keegan was quite impressed getting that, photo with the man Mundine. So he's getting them on the world stage, if you will, real early.
Yep.
But then, meanwhile, they're asking if they should sign the puppeteer. And, didn't people call that out?
Yeah.
Even some fellow commentators of the scene really got into them. And, just basically asking him what he can do. What can he even lift?
You couldn't lift a wheel of cheese, you cunt.
I mean, look, again, I said kind of before, it depends on what trying to kind of show you're trying to put in. But I'm not sure that's the kind of thing that's going to catch a national audience. Like you want, like we were saying before, the guys who look TV ready, look ready to go, So I probably wouldn't sign the puppeteer if I was going to be doing a TV show.
Yeah, if I had a TV show and had limited signings and you're looking nationwide as he is, like why wouldn't you cast a wider net? And, that leads me to my next. I'm going to the OPW Showcase. I was going to go somewhere else this weekend, but I'm not anymore. I'm going now to the OPW Sunday Showcase, which is probably a more TV-ready looking lineup than anything we've been shown for that's going towards TV. Would you say that's fair?
I would say so. Like looking at the names and the look and what you're going to get from these Australian wrestlers that are on here, I think you probably get a much closer to TV ready product promoting this.
And I mean, I didn't even buy my ticket. Let's be honest, I bought a front row ticket or transparency. And I did not buy that because Parker Bodor and Shaky Singh are coming. Hey,
No.
I couldn't care. Those guys are coming. It's two dudes that can't get signed by WWE or AEW. You could have put that money towards maybe some more Australian matches or maybe someone who's not flying themselves over. But I hear everyone's flying themselves over, or at least they're saying so on their promos. So, a lot of money's been spent on this, and I would have liked to see that main event money maybe even if you don't want to put another match on there, maybe even distribute it amongst the competitors already competing on the Sunday Showcase. And to be honest, I'm quite looking forward to that. A couple of good matches. Jesse Love versus Lucas Fantasia from Perth. Jesse Love from Queensland. And that is the Jesse Love, of course, currently the OPW Men's Champion. Billy Mack.
And guys, I'm just throwing this out there. If you don't know who Lucas Fantasia is already, you should. Don't sleep on that kid. He is absolutely fantastic and is going to be going places.
He's going to the Sunday Showcase, Don.
100%. Do not miss that match.
He's in the main event, mate. I don't know what to tell you.
Is he, or is it the International Showcase be the main event?
I don't give a fuck about the international fucking showcase. Fuck those guys. Hey, he's in the main event. The OPW OPW Men's Championship is always going to be the main event of an OPW show.
Well, it should be, but we'll see. We'll see what hits that main event.
Hopefully, they put the international people on second and put the belt on last. Hey, I mean, Jesse Love, he's the champion. Treat him as such.
Yep. That guy has to look for TV.
Yeah, that guy has to look for TV. Speaking of having to look for TV, Eugenie and Billy Mack are the OPW Tag Team Champions, and they'll be taking on Aisha and Melissa Avarillo. I was going to say I might be saying that wrong, and of course I am. And then the Men's Tag Team Championships, we have the Water Rapids versus Strong 94 versus the Blacklisted. And then, of course, a match you're interested in, Mitch Ryder versus Jarvis, an Australian showcase.
So if the match of the night isn't Jesse Love and Lucas Fantasia, it's 100% Mitch Ryder versus Jarvis. That's going to be a baller. That's going to be a great match. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. Those guys are going to fucking tear the house down. It's going to be great.
Yeah, Murdoch versus Matt Hayter is also another Australian showcase, so that's going to be pretty good. We've got a 6-person scramble with Zeke Andino, Jahari, Elijah Henry Matty Romano.
This is going to be a baller card. Like I'm spewing. I would have to fly out to go and see this. If this was local, I would definitely pay to watch this. I actually probably petition to be a part of the show, but if I couldn't be a part of the show, I would 100% go watch. I go pay and watch this. It's going to be great.
You'd have to fly in and fly out like one of those filthy miners, Don. But I used to have the Jarvis haircut, and it's turned into a bit of a Murdoch with the buzz. But I think I'm going back to the Jarvis for a special occasion this Sunday at the Sunday Showcase. With the looking clean, looking nice, smelling nice and clean. There's been a bit going around about the smelly fans of late. Come on, guys. You're letting yourself down. You're only letting yourself down. I don't want to sit next to one of you big husky cheese balls on Sunday. Have a wash. Have a wash. But like, hopefully everyone had a wash this weekend as they got over to America for Wrestlemania. We saw a couple of videos of all our friends running around from show to show. What else did we?
Bit of a body biz cheat day we saw as well. Walking down hallways with like packs of fast food and pizza and stuff.
Well, if you're not booked for WrestleMania, I mean, I've got to admit, I had a bit of a cheat 2 days, double cheat day for double WrestleMania. I got a pizza. No. I don't know what to tell you. But I saw the Fearless Leader having one, so I thought, it's all right. I'm allowed. But hey, did you catch that? Speaking of fan interactions, did you catch that CM Punk fan interactions? And now this is involving our friend Bayley again. AJ Lee was having a hug with Bayley, and she was trying to deflect a overzealous fan. And CM Punk slapped his phone out of his hand, stood between them, and basically challenged him to a duel.
Look, I don't know how clear I've made it on this podcast before, but if you know me well, I'm not a fan of CM Punk. I don't like CM Punk at all. I just don't enjoy his stuff like other people do. I mean, I enjoyed his match against Roman Reigns.
You like that new pompadour he's rocking?
No, Jesus Christ. What is it, the 50s? But anyway, no, I enjoyed this interaction with fans. The fans should be able to have a good time, but if they're asked not to film or told to go away and they get their phone knocked out of their hand, well, fuck you. Like, CM Punk was 100% in the right. Should have probably given him a backhand too, but, called it at smacking his phone out of his hand.
Hey, man, you can do that shit at AEW. Can't really do that shit at the other Khan's house, hey? You know what I'm saying? But speaking of getting stuff slapped out of their hand, did you see the squash on the escalator as they're all walking home? Just the utter squeeze it was, and the sea of humanity leaving those buildings on both days. Fuck that, hey. And as we said, in the crush of WrestleMania, Bayley rushes to help a seizing fan. So, but also at the end of the day, Don, did you think you'd probably have enough souvenirs from the day? I know I got souvenired up the last time we went to the WWE shop, if you recall.
This is true. Yeah. Got plenty of cool stuff out of the WWE shop.
I did. But you yourself. But would you get caught stealing a chair? Would you give it all up for stealing a chair? Give it all away. Give it all away. Your tickets, your Allegiant Stadium entrance rights.
So the thing you would find interesting about Australians, I don't know about Americans, right? But if an Australian paid for a chair, because they were trying to steal them on night one, weren't they?
No, they were trying to get in without stealing them. So like they needed a tag to take the chairs home, and a few of them, the people that were getting arrested, didn't have the chair tag. They were just trying to come in and get them and try and take them home. As you would, it's fucking night two, hey? Like.
No, if it was night two, I thought you were saying night one. I'm like, I think they might need that chair for the other one, but I suppose they would have gotten one each night. But as an Australian, you know that no one is leaving that behind. If they've paid for that chair, there's not going to be any spares to be taken behind. And if you tried to take someone's, you get endured. Like, that's it. Like, there's no two ways about it. Someone's going to be like, you try to take my chair, not happening. So I don't know how there were spare chairs to be taken. No, good on them. Fuck them. Like, you pay for the ticket, you get the chair. You don't pay for the ticket, go fuck yourself.
Don't get the chair. You're getting jawed by the Don in the car park. Fucking look forward to that. you might be staggering around in a water cooler somewhere and yell out, "Hey, what are you doing?" You're getting jawed by the Don. That's what you're doing. Speaking of your weird town of Perth, Cactus worship. What the fuck is that about? Hey,
I don't know, man. There's obviously some cooked units in my city
I'll tell
that
you what.
decide.
I'm cycling through my Wrestlemania feed, and all of a sudden, this Perth Cactus worship goes ahead as planned. As planned.
They planned this. No, our Lord and Savior, the cactus outside the Perth train station, has anointed us all. No, I don't know. I don't know what these people are doing. They're trying to have a laugh, trying to be like, "Hey, let's go worship a cactus." Have you nothing better going on in your life, sir? What is
No,
going
to
on in
be
your
fair, I
life?
probably would have gone, hey.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
moving hastily along, let's ask, has Ug's cousin let himself go and hanging out at Popeyes lately?
Yeah, no, from what I hear, Caveman Ugg has a cousin that lives somewhere in the US of A and decided to brawl through a Popeye's chicken. This again falls into that category of don't fuck it up for everyone else and like brawl through a fast food restaurant. Like don't do that shit. Don't fight on the street in front of a public service bus. Don't brawl through a fast food restaurant dripping blood. That's fucked.
Yeah,
These guys
well,
just
geez.
having a laugh like, oh, wouldn't it be funny? Yeah, you guys might get your shit cancelled. Like fucking great joke. Have great times. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I knew you were going to take this route, we probably would have scrapped the Ug's cousin bit. Jack Perry can go fuck himself. We saw we all saw the feed. Imagine crashing your girlfriend's feed just to big up yourself still from a year
No,
back.
it was to get out his knee pads for the Young Bucks. It wasn't even for himself. Like, and then telling anyone who doesn't like the Young Bucks they can go fuck themselves. Well, go fuck yourself. Like,
That includes you, doesn't it, Don?
yeah, I'm not a fan, and I'm allowed to not be a fan of the Young Bucks. And just because the Young Bucks are the reason that guy has a job, doesn't mean I go fuck myself. No one's employing Jack Perry except for AEW. That's why he worships the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks helped start All Elite Wrestling. So fuck off. Like, I don't have to like the Young Bucks.
Well, speaking of someone that can fuck off, there was that guy walking around trying to challenge wrestlers on social media all weekend. Well, that wasn't until he caught up with Big Vito at the convention center, and he told Big Vito to get fucked, and Big Vito was like, "Yeah, that just simply is not going to happen, mate." And threw him down on someone's merch table. There were 8x10s and shit going everywhere, Don. Until D'Lo Brown walked in and calmed the situation down. I had to show you that. What did you think of that, Don?
I didn't know the context behind it. Just saw Big Vito slapping around a fan. And I was like, oh, this doesn't look good. And then you get a little bit of backstory, and it's like, well, it's the old fuck around and find out. And he found out. Don't fuck around with Vito. Vito ain't taking that shit. Lucky D'Lo Brown was there to calm the situation down.
Yeah,
shit. Like, hey, man, calm down.
Look at the real deal.
Yeah.
And I got to say, back to one of our homegrown guys. Big shout out to Slamu. Slamu, big shout out to Slamu. Geez, you really fucking clipped everyone's ears there, Don. Big shout out to Slamu, who was going off on the socials, on the Insta, and kept the WrestleMania weekend entertaining. Because, like, let's be honest, WrestleMania wasn't that entertaining over the weekend, despite what some of my co-hosts say.
It was pretty good. It was good. I enjoyed the matches.
The ladder match was fucking awesome, hey. But, like, back to Slamu, we caught him wearing the Bel Air Prego dress.
Yes, very good.
We caught him retiring next to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Driving Danhausen's car. And my favourite, involved in the live rendition of Trouble with Liv Morgan. And Don, you had no fucking idea what Trouble was until you Googled it just before this event. And what did you think, Don?
Well, I was transported back to the early 2000s, Britney Spears music videos going off. It was very 90s pop. And I dug it. I'm not going to be cranking it on the Spotify anytime soon, but
just the car stereo.
Hey?
Just the car stereo.
Well, that's I play Spotify on my car stereo, so I'm not going to play that. But good on it. I like a little bit of that sort of like, it's better than, what was that old, there was a song that a bunch of
You're telling the
WWF
story,
guys,
my friend.
no, there was a bunch of WWF guys back in the day. They did like a not pile driver. There was a song and they
Pile
all
driver,
chipped in.
ruthless aggression. Oh, fucking stand back.
Stand back.
Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not the kind of fucking music you rock up.
Rap.
It's not the kind of music you rock up to the red lights and roll your wheels down and roll your windows down to.
Maybe not me and you, but there's people out there that will be rocking that song hard, bro.
Whoa. Well, speaking of being transported back, Slater transported us all back to beginner days with a headlock video, just making sure everyone knows how to put a headlock on out there, because fucking, I got to admit,
It was actually just quickly, it was a rear chin lock, but that's okay, carry on.
not bad, just telling everyone how to put on a headlock / rear chin lock in there. Does that suit, Don? Because I tell you what, when I was choking a motherfucker out in the city last night, I did not have my hand the right way around, and now that I've closed that little bit in my elbow, that guy went like that, like dropped on the pavement. He was out and gone. So thank you, Slater. Self-defense sensei Slater. Thank you. That was
It's all about the
very.
grips, my brother. It's all about the grips.
It's all about the grips and the graps and how you fall to the ground. But Don, get us out of here with the rap.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Now, if you are ready to get out and check out some wrestling, this is the list that you need. This is the wrap around the country. If you're in New South Wales, Rock and Roll Wrestling presenting Gold Rush in Campbelltown, Monday, April 27th. Northern Territory has Top End Wrestling Saturday Night Fights, lest we forget, in Yarrawonga, Saturday, April 25th.
That's the Anzac Memorial Day one, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to have a bit of a somber evening.
Yeah, bit of Anzac Day wrestling. In Queensland, IPW Australia have Honour the Hawk at Dreamworld, Friday, April 24th.
Now that's a whole tournament. That's a whole tournament. Sorry, just to break you off. That's IPW Australia. Honour the Hawk is another tournament, I think, going.
Yep, nice. South Australia have Australian Wrestling Champions Boom the Pilot in Port Adelaide on the 25th.
Free, filmed for TV. So, you know, are you turning up or aren't you? It's free.
It's free and you might get your face on TV. What's not to love? And Riot City Wrestling have Power Trip in Golden Grove on the 25th. Same night, dueling shows, but if wherever's closer, definitely get down and get around it. In Victoria, Deathmatch Down Under have Round 'em Up in Werribee on Thursday, April 23rd, and MCW/OPW have the Sunday Showcase in Thornbury on Sunday, April 26th. We told you all about that. Looks like a banging fucking card. If you're in the area, must see at Thornbury Theatre too. So, and with any luck, the Sunday Showcase will be a complete sellout, because that is definitely if you've seen that card and you haven't got a ticket, you don't like Australian wrestling, right? I'm pulling a Jack Perry here.
Yeah.
How wrestling is.
Yeah. I've got a front row ticket, and if you don't like Australian wrestling, you'll never be as cool as the Don over here.
But anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you get to some local wrestling, because you choosing to buy the ticket and put money towards it, invite your friends, helps build that show up, make it better for the next time you go. And if you like a particular wrestler, make sure you hit that merch desk, buy some of their merch, because that helps fund their wrestling dream. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's Australian Indie Wrestling Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Do your job. Get over there. What? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Get off my property! Give me this! You want to call me a dog? I'm gonna make you my bitch!